Welcome, children. Today I want to start a new lesson, Mother's Day. The title of the lesson is Mother's Day. The playwright is J.B. Priestley. J.B. Priestley. The following, it is an interesting lesson, a funny lesson. You will enjoy going through it. The following play is a humorous portrayal of the status of the mother in a family. This lesson we are going to study is The lesson we are going to study is a funny description of the status of the position of the mother in a family. Let us read on to see how Mrs. Pearson's family reacts when she tries to stand up for her own rights. Mrs. Pearson is a mother. Let us try to know what happens when the mother tries to start defending her own rights. Let us try to know the reaction shown by each and every member of her family when they find Mrs. Pearson standing up for her own rights or trying to defend her own rights. But before we start the lesson, isn't it necessary for all of us to know the characters? The characters who have played their respective roles in this drama. Mrs. Annie Pearson is there, George Pearson is there, Doris Pearson is there, Cyril Pearson is there, Mrs. Fitzgerald is there. Four of the characters belong to the same family, but Mrs. Fitzgerald is an outsider. She has visited Mrs. Pearson's house. The action takes place in the living room of the Pearson's house in a London suburb. Where is the action taking place? In a London suburb. What is a suburb? An area that is outside the center of a city. An area that is outside the center of a city. People live here. And what is a living room? A living room is a room where people sit together, watch TV, or do some other activities which they think necessary. The present. The time, the present. Scene, the living room of the Pearson family. Where is the scene taking place? In the living room of the Pearson family. Afternoon. Time is afternoon. It is a comfortably furnished, much lived in a room in a small suburban semi-detached villa. Comfortably furnished room means all types of furniture, every necessary furniture that is necessary for the comfort of that family is there in that room. Much lived in room. Much lived in room means members of that family spend much of their time there. And where is that room? In a small suburban semi-detached villa. A small suburban. Suburb, you know the meaning of this word suburb? Suburban related to suburb. Semi-detached villa. Semi-detached villa. It is related to a house joined to another house by a wall on one side that is shared, joined to another house by a wall on one side that is shared. Clear? And what is villa? A large house in a town. So it is a comfortably furnished, much lived in room in a small suburban semi-detached villa. If necessary, only one door need be used. The playwright thinks that if it is necessary, only one room should be used. But it is better with two. But he is of the opinion that there should be two doors. One up left leading to the front door and the stairs. One door should be there by using which one can go to the front door and the stairs, and the other door should be in the right wall by using which one can go to the kitchen and the back door. leading to the kitchen and the back door. There can be a muslin covered window in the left wall and possibly one in the right wall. He supposes that there are two windows. He thinks that there should be two windows and both those two windows should be covered with muslin. Muslin is a kind of fine cloth. Muslin is a kind of fine cloth that you can almost see through. The fireplace is assumed to be in the fourth wall. The existence of fireplace is thought to be in the fourth wall. There is a settee sofa, a long comfortable seat with a back and arms. A long comfortable seat with a back and arms. There is a settee upright. On the right hand side there is a settee. An armchair is also there. An armchair, a comfortable chair with sides on which you can rest your arms. Down left. In which direction? Left direction. And one down right. One chair should be on the right hand side. One armchair should be on the left hand side. A small table with two chairs on either side of it stands at the center. A small table with two chairs on either side of it stands at the center. There is a table, one chair is this side, one chair is that side, and the table is between those two chairs. When the curtain rises, it is an afternoon in early autumn. Now the curtain rises, the drama is going to begin. The time is afternoon. The season is autumn. The season between summer and winter. And the stage can be well lit. The playwright wants the stage to have sufficient amount of light. Mrs. Pearson at right. We find Mrs. Pearson on the right hand side and Mrs. Fitzgerald at left, on the left hand side, are sitting opposite each other. They are facing each other, sitting opposite each other at the small table. I have already told you about a table. The table is between these two persons, on which are two teacups and saucers. What do we find on the table? Two cups of tea are there and plates are there. And the cards with which Mrs. Fitzgerald has been telling Mrs. Pearson's fortune. Mrs. Fitzgerald has brought some fortune cards. She is using those cards to predict Mrs. Pearson's fortune, what will happen in her future. Mrs. Pearson is a pleasant but worried looking woman in her 40s. Mrs. Pearson seems to be a nice lady, but there is an expression of anxiety over her face. Mrs. Fitzgerald is older, heavier, and a strong and sinister personality. Mrs. Fitzgerald is older, heavier, and stronger than Mrs. Pearson, but she seems to have a sinister personality. Sinister, seeming evil or dangerous. She is smoking. We find Mrs. Fitzgerald smoking. It is very important that these two should have sharply contrasting voices. Sharply contrasting in a way that clearly shows some differences. According to the playwright, it is very important that these two personalities should have sharply contrasting voices. Mrs. Pearson is speaking in a light, flurried sort of tone. When Mrs. Pearson speaks, she seems to be nervous and confused. Flurried, nervous and confused. That type of voice she has, with a touch of suburban cockney. Cockney, capital C, Cockney, Cockney, a person from the East End of London. The type of English that is spoken there, the type of pronunciation which is used there, the type of accent that is used there. So Mrs. Pearson uses Cockney with a touch of suburban Cockney. Suburban, you know the meaning of this word, suburban, related to a suburb. Suburban, related to a suburb. Now, the English which Mrs. Pearson speaks has a touch of suburban Cockney, the type of English which is used in the East End of London. And Mrs. Fitzgerald with a deep voice. Mrs. Fitzgerald has a deep voice, rather Irish perhaps, but the English she is using has the effect of that English which is used in Ireland. Thank you, children.